Hey guys, it's Steph from Hot and Moving. Oh man, we got another Shedeur Sanders hater, and that's Eric Mangini. Now to Eric Mangini's credit, I mean he's never been a supporter of Shedeur Sanders. Okay, I mean even when he was successful in Colorado, he always downplayed it when they're talking about him at the NFL level. He always said, "Well, he can't handle quarterback pressure. He can't handle quarterback pressure, despite him having one of the bad offensive lines." People say he's holding on to the ball too much. Okay, maybe he's just trying to give his O-line some credit, and try to find the right spot to throw the ball. Okay, if the O-line isn't holding up, okay, he's trying to use the best he can. All right, and despite all that, bounces back the next year, despite getting hit a lot and everything. Okay, he's still threw for 70% plus of his passes. Projected to go in the first round, second round. People really project him to go in the first round, okay, in the high first round. And all of a sudden, he's become the worst quarterback on the draft board to fall all the way down to Philly. That old story goes on and on. Shedeur Sanders moved on from it. But, I mean, you got Eric Mangini. Him and Rob Parker are the two guys at Fox that are absolute haters. Absolute haters, right? Okay, I'm going to play a clip of what Eric Mangini had to say on the Colin Cowherd. Okay, Colin Cowherd, he's a fair weather. Listen, even though people may not like Colin Cowherd, with new information, he changes his mind. People can say he flip-flops. I'd rather have a guy have a bad take, flip-flop, and then now understands he was wrong and seeing the output that Shedeur Sanders has been having because, look, all accounts, he's had a great minicamp. Shedeur Sanders had a fantastic minicamp, A-plus minicamp. Okay, despite all the pressure, the scrutiny, whether it came from his dad, the NFL didn't want to draft him, or these rumors of him reported having bad meetings with teams, which I still don't believe it till this day. But he has to go through all that, answer questions, show that he's a team guy. Even though I generally feel that that's who he is. As soon as he gets to Cleveland, he's going to school, bring kids pizza, talking with the kids. Okay, the Cleveland media followed him. He didn't ask for the media to follow him. Okay, and on top of that, too, he was lighting shit up at minicamp. Okay, I'm going to play what Eric Mangini had to say, and we'll get right into it.
Accuracy, 74% in college. He's now at 77% in camp. And you could say, well, it's just camp. Well, why are the other quarterbacks at 58% for the Browns? It means something, does it not?
Yeah, it means a little something, but I wouldn't read too much into it. I feel like you might be a Browns beat writer, Colin, because this hype train in Cleveland is so ridiculous right now, and I get it. There is a desperation coming off of Deshaun Watson for some quarterback to emerge, for some hope to be there for the franchise. And they thought Shedeur could potentially be a high pick for him, and then they get him in the fifth round. So it exploded in Cleveland the second that he got here. And what Kevin Stefanski is trying to do is he's trying to tamper it down. He's trying to push it down. And you see, all of his reps have been with the back end guys. He hasn't gotten any reps with the ones. To me, that's a good decision because as soon as he gets in with the ones, then the hype train's gonna roll even further. I'd say the numbers have to be taken with a gigantic grain of salt. There's a lot of learning going on for him, and to see the numbers, that's positive. But he's also working versus the back end of the roster, so his numbers should be a little bit higher just based on that as well.
Okay, man. Like he goes on and on. This is a horrible take. Okay, a gigantic hype train, right? Take it with a gigantic grain of salt, right? I mean, just so if he should be playing well with the back end guys. I mean, what if he was playing bad? I mean, let's say he was making the back end guys better. He made the back end guys looking good. Okay, what if those back end guys help make him look good? Catching those passes. I mean, this is a guy who's an NFL coach, right? Should you not respect a training camp, a back end guy? Those back end guys sometimes can be the backbone of the NFL. Number one. Okay, in this hype train, he's saying that the Cleveland media Cleveland is desperate. Why would they? Yes, they are desperate. Look at their quarterback situation. They're lucky they're happy that Shedeur Sanders is added. They feel Cleveland fans have hope. Can the Browns fans have hope? Management swung and missed on the Deshaun Watson trade. Okay, at the time they got Deshaun Watson. I don't know if he was coming off an injury or whatever it was. They got Deshaun Watson. Okay, and Deshaun Watson has been a complete utter failure, a bust within the Cleveland Browns organization. A lot of money spent, a lot of money guaranteed to him. Okay, so now they have Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco came in, saved the day. They got to a playoff run. Okay, a couple years ago. Okay, then you fast forward now. Deshaun Watson wrecks his Achilles, he's done. Re-injures Achilles, he's done. They got Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco. They drafted Dylan Gabriel, albeit he was great at Oregon. Okay, but I mean he wasn't evaluated as high as Shedeur Sanders. So they got Shedeur Sanders. Okay, and then now the Cleveland fans, isn't this all sports about having hope? I mean, look, if he was playing poorly, okay, he would double down on this issue. Eric Mangini would double down on this hard. Mangini has not been a good coach. Okay, yeah, I get he was an assistant coach in New England during the championship days, I believe. But then when he became a head coach of the Jets and the Browns, not so much. Okay, so he thinks he has an eye for talent. I mean, just look at his track record. You know, I mean, this is horrible. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna be one of the guys that no matter how well Shedeur Sanders does, if he does well in actual training camp, you know, saying that Kevin Stefanski has to suppress his reps. He has to put it. I mean, he's a 5th round pick. Kevin Stefanski is just following old NFL tradition. This is just not just NFL tradition. Okay, the lower the draft pick, okay, you're not going to get those reps. Therefore, you make the most of those reps. Which Shedeur Sanders on the record has been saying in these post minicamp media interviews. So all this hype train is coming from the fans, and I don't call it a hype train. It's not like he asked for the circus. Okay, Shedeur Sanders is a big brand. Okay, it's not like he couldn't play. Okay, he did win the Giant Unitas Award. Okay, like people need in the main meeting, like Eric Mangini, to stop acting like he didn't have any talent and he's just been gifted. The man ate his 5th round pick. He came in camp with a smile, positive. Okay, and then you got and didn't fuss about it. Okay, was happy, appreciated the opportunity, and you got Eric Mangini saying, "Oh well, he should be, you know, throwing for 70%." You know what I'm saying? Because Colin Cowherd was saying he's confused, like how he had the best percentages in minicamp. Doesn't matter if it was the 1s or 2s. Okay, so that means that he has to throw the ball with lesser talented players. Then, okay, so he's doing it with weaker talent than the talent with the 1s, right? Okay, cool. He's maybe going up against a weaker defense, whatever. It doesn't matter. But what about all the weaker offensive skill players too? You know what I'm saying? Like the media is gonna have a frenzy with Shedeur Sanders, and this is not the Tebow situation. Because in the Tebow situation, it was clear he could not throw the football. I know he's good, he's a gamer, all that nonsense, old Skip Bayless pom-pom train that he ran during that time. I don't see it here. You know, and I made a video the other day. Kevin Stefanski better be careful at how the season starts. Okay, because you got to yank the plug early on Joe Flacco, yank the plug early on Kenny Pickett. Okay, and I'm sorry, Dylan Gabriel, you're not gonna be it. But we're gonna see though. We're gonna see how the Cleveland Browns handle this. Okay, because any reps that he gets in preseason game, even if it's in the back end of the preseason game, and he looks good, there's gonna be some serious questions questioning the coaching decision of this team. Okay, I don't see Shedeur Sanders being elevated to QB1, QB2 as a non-football decision like the fans clamoring for. Like he didn't earn it. Okay, Shedeur Sanders is an asset. He's going to compete like anybody else on the roster. And if he happens to compete well within the role that's given to him, you can't use that against him. Well, it's the backup. Well, it's this. It's the hype train. When he threw for almost 80% at minicamp. Absolutely crazy. Eric Mangini, you know, he's been a horrible coach. And his takes on TV just be these milk dud, lame takes anyway, man. I was never really a fan of Eric Mangini, man. Y'all know what y'all think about this with the latest hater on Shedeur Sanders. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.